Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you. Wonderful saying hi, hello, and how do you do? What is going on with you? What's going on with you? For those of you who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. For those of you who will hashtag it and replay it, I love it. I love it. Love it. For those of you who will be on, I don't know you on, and I might not never know you on. I can appreciate that. And for those of you who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, I am encouraged. Hey, Erica. Good morning, honey bun. Good morning. I am encouraged, encouraged, encouraged. All right. So we're still on our conversation about home. That place where we are rejuvenated, restored, that safe place, the anchoring place, the place where we are able to be our most authentic self, our most transparent self. That place where we go, hey, Sherry Naylor, good morning and welcome. That place where we go, return to, that is absolutely a redemptive experience. And so, good morning, yeah, Pamela Bracy. Hey, girl, it's so good to see you this morning. Good morning, beautiful. Back to you. So that place that we call home, Y'all know. So whenever I'm on here and I'm talking about Pam's Precious Pieces paparazzi, that's the Pamela Bracy. So y'all can go out and tag her or whatever. But I just happen to have some pieces right next to me right now. Some beautiful, beautiful pieces that I recently gotten from her. And these are the matching earrings. Aren't those pieces beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. And I think I wore them with this blue. Like they make almost anything pop. Imagine wearing that with almost anything. And so, yeah, those are the pieces that I have next to me right now. Oh, also, this beautiful blue heart earring, right? So, lots of things. So, connect with Pam's Precious Pieces to get all of your paparazzi delights. Right. Good morning, Ray. Good morning. So good to see you this morning. All right. Yes, I love it. There is her link in the chat if you are looking for um uh jewelry, inexpensive but quality. Yes, yes, yes. So Sherry Naylor says, Erica Horn, congratulations. So happy for you. Yes, I love her jewelry. Okay, Pam, I hope you got me a bag. LOL. Girl, talk about a bag. Talk it. I always got a bag somewhere. These little pink bags. Lord have mercy. Lord to help. Anyway, let me stay focused. um so this idea of pouring into home first, right? Home is that place that restores us, that we go to. Um it's almost like when you are a race car, a Formula 500 race car driver, right? And you go around and around and around and around, but you always have to go check in for that safety check. You always have to pull into that pit stop to make sure that everything is working well. Well, home is like that. You go in all day and you pour out, you pour out, you pour out. Home ought to be a place that you pour out, absolutely, but it's a place that pours into you, that you guaranteed you go home, even if you live home alone. You It ought to be a situation. I'm just saying, I rarely use ought to, should, must, and ought. I rarely use those because in a lot of situations we use those to our detriment. But in this situation, it is for our betterment. Home ought to be a place that even if you live there alone, when you walk in, you experience restoration. When you walk in, you experience refreshing. When you walk in, you experience a benefit. You experience a pour. Like when I pour up to the front of my home, I take a deep breath. I look at it and I say, "Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Papa. I am blessed beyond measure just at the sight of my home because I know on the inside what I'm going to get." I love that. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. Thank you. And I love how you all are loving on each other. Good morning, everyone. I was under the weather. Glad to be back. Glad to have you back, Tanya. Sorry to hear you were under the weather, but I'm glad you're feeling better now. Yes, and all these congratulations to Miss Erica. To Miss Erica. Yes, there's no place like a peaceful home. No place like a peaceful home. No place where you can go in there, get your favorite thing, put your feet up, and relax to the max. It ain't nothing like it. Nothing like it. And so today we're talking about and so all week long, last week we talked about Erica and David's wedding, and we used lessons from what I observed from them during the week of coming to their wedding and after their wedding. And then we talked on Monday, about this idea of returning home. What is it like to return home? And tomorrow I'm gonna share one of I gotta get permission. With permission to share one of Erica and David's pictures. They have so many beautiful, beautiful shots from the wedding. But this idea of pouring into home first, pouring into home first. Like it's paramount that we do that. No matter what we got going on outside, no matter what commitments there are out there, no matter who it is that we are with, no matter what it is that we are to be doing, our responsibility, beloved, is to pour into home first. Make sure home is stabilized. Let home be your home base. Okay? Let home be your base. And from your base you pour. From your base you serve. From your base you show up. Permission granted. Thank you, honey. And because if your home is not taken care of, then what do you think is going to happen to you ultimately with everything else that you do? If home is not taken care of, then eventually everything else is going to suffer. Everything else is going to crumble. Everything else is going to experience a problem. So pouring into home first, the blessings of home. We talked about that. We talked about returning home. We talked about what home represents, right? That place of safety, the place of pouring into you, the place of rejuvenation, of restoration, that place of peace and fulfillment, the place where you can go and get refreshed, right? Home is that place of acceptance, of being received, of being received just as you are, without any masking or pretending, without any, having to put up or act as if we're something that we're not. Home is the place where we just get to be, beloved, where we just get to be, and it's all good. Just like I don't have to pretend like I'm nobody else when I walk into this place. Like I don't have to pretend it anywhere, but even more so at home, because the people at home know you. Right? The people at home know you and you know them. It ain't nothing like knowing and being known. It's nothing like loving and being loved. Okay? It's nothing like seeing and being seen. Understanding and being understood. Dorothy said there's no place like home. There is no place like home. Okay? No place like home. I love it. Yes, home. Yes. Good morning, Fred. Hey, honey. So good to see you. So good to see you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your progress, honey. I'm proud of your progress. And so when we talk about this notion of home, right? When we talk about this notion of home, it is Well, that's not what I'm saying. When we talk about home from this perspective, pouring into it first. So, what do you need to do to assure, to make sure, to guarantee that your home is stabilized, that your home is good, that your home always represents a place of safety, of rejuvenation, of restoration for you, a place of peace and a place of calm, a place of receptivity and acceptance? What do you need to do to make sure that your home is that for you and for others? Good morning, sis. Good morning, Brian. So good to see you. Have a great day to you too, honey. And so, what do you need to do to make sure? Because I'm gonna tell you, that's our first work, beloved. That is our first work, to pour into home. Because when you pour into home, you pour it into you. And you know, in this channel, right? In this in this neck of the woods, where we this self-love journey, we talk about self-care and self-love first. We believe in living from from the airline's perspective. Put the mask on you first. You first, beloved. You first, right? You first. We believe in you first so much that our business card is love you first. You first, boo. You first. And from that place, you pour out. From the place of you pouring into you, you pour out to others. You can't pour out to others what you don't have. You can't pour out to others your last. You don't do that, because that is suicide. Psychological, emotional, physical, right? Relational suicide. You can't keep giving blood, right? You just can't keep giving it. And so you have to have you must have an ongoing stress. I don't think of what I'm trying to say. Practice, an ongoing practice of you pouring into you. That has to be a non-negotiable. It has to be a non-negotiable. So that means you take care of your home. When things when things need tending to, you tend to them. When things need thrown out, you throw them out. Because too much accumulation is too much. Too much accumulation doesn't serve us well. So when we've got too many things, we need to get rid of some things, right? If we have things that are no longer working, then we need to get rid of those or repair them. You got to make sure that your atmosphere is such that's life-giving. I walked into my home yesterday and I was like, I'm not sure that I like the smell, right? I'm not sure that I like it's not fresh enough that I want. So today I'll be looking at how to freshen it up, right? Open up some windows, use some Febreze, put down some. I used to be a carpet fresh girl until I understood carpet fresh sometimes can be not so good for your carpet. But there are other ways. Aromatherapy. So I can get my essential oils, right? Do some citrus, and some lavender and some things like that. That's what I'm gonna do. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna get my essential oils going, because I want a fresher smell in my home. I need to keep my home full of love, joy, peace, clean, and organized. Yes, 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 yes. Have you ever had an experience where you had clutter and collections and piles and disorganization, and then you cleaned it up? You know that feeling? That feeling after you clean it up is like you can breathe. You got a breath of fresh air. You got the ability to move around and all those kinds of things, right? So that's what I'm talking about, this notion of home. Making sure that home receives it's pour, like we pour into home first. That home gets the best of us. Like outside of home is not to get the best, beloved. And I know sometimes we feel like, I go out, I got to pour. I don't have it when I get home. That's flipped. That's flipped on his head. Pour into home. Give what you have left out there. And when you can return home, you'll be restored, rejuvenated, and you'll have more to give out there. Do you see? But if you do it opposite, you eventually don't have enough for out there. Eventually. Yes, David freshened up the house, and it feels so good to come home to a house after work. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, beloved. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Tanya Denise Fielder. Yes, I agree. There's something about a clean, safe environment. Yes, home is safe. I'm glad you said the word. I don't think I said that today. Home is to be safe. You know how when you're doing the baseball and you're running around to base 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and then home, right? You're safe when you get home, like safe or out. We want it always to be safe, right? There's no out, there's no umpire telling us out, we're out of here. No, our home plate, home, it represents that of safety, rejuvenation, restoration, that of rebuilding, that of refreshing, right? That home, that place where we can just be like naked, head to toe. Meaning, we don't have to, sometimes you go into places, workplaces, other organization and kind of places where there's a certain part of you that's expected to show up. You can't show all of you, right? All of you can't. And that's not being inauthentic. It's just when in Rome, do as Romans do. There's a certain decorum for different situations. If you walk into a state representative chamber, right, then you are going to act a particular way. There's a particular decorum if you go to the DIA. There's a particular decorum if you go into the carnival versus the DIA. So it doesn't mean you're being fake if you manage how you show up, right? But you are wise enough and aware enough to know what's appropriate where. What's appropriate where. Now, the core of you never changes. The core of me, this person who loves love and who is going to do her very best to love and to expect to be loved, to live a life of love, that's going to be no matter where I go. No matter if I'm in the chamber or the carnival, the DIA or at the grocery store. Love is going to be my core, my anchor, no matter what. I'm not going to shift that. So I'm not talking about masking or pretending or anything like that. I'm just saying that home is the place where they get, when home is home as I'm describing. I understand that there are different versions of home where we're not safe, where we're not restored, where we're not rejuvenated. This ain't that conversation. This is the conversation where it is our norm. When I come home, I'm this deep breath. Take off my shoes almost before I'm in the door. Put my keys down and take it off my shoes almost at the same time, right? And then I walk in, and depending on where it is, I'm probably making a beeline to the kitchen to get something, right? Get something to drink, to get something refreshing, whatever. And then whatever else I got to do, whatever other parts, depending on what it is, put my purse somewhere, right? And go on and get the business of the business together. But it's the place where I can trust, where I know what to expect. It's the place where they get to see all of me, all of my rawness, right? For better or worse, right? Because some people don't get to see that part. They just don't get to see. But it's where they get to see my fears, my deepest fears and concerns. But it's also a place where we get where they get to minister to those, and I get to do the same to them. There is no place like home. So, beloved, home first. Home first. Pour into home. Pour into those in your home. That's a win-win. And if you're the only one in your home, you know what I believe. I believe in me first. Celebrating me first, pouring into me first, doing it for me first, so that I always have an overflow for somebody else. Me first is not just for me to be stopped up, stopped up, needing some, what is that, citral magnesia. It's not for me to be stopped. It's so that I always have an overflow. Because what I do understand is that we are here in service of one another, beloved. We are here in service of one another. So everything that I talk about has that as its foundational understanding, that all that I become is for me, yes, and it's for the service of those who I am privileged to serve. Privileged to serve. I don't take it lightly when I have the privilege, the honor of having life-giving conversations with people, of serving from my areas of giftedness, of walking with people through life. I don't take that lightly. That is a privilege. And so I do my due diligence to have what I need to have in order to be prepared to serve. Now, what that means, let me pull back out my business card. What that means is, Kathy, love you first. Kathy, pour into you first. Kathy, give to you first so that you have what you need, so that you have what you need to serve others well. I love you, beloved. Thank you for being on. Thank you for being on. I appreciate you. I value you. I honor you. I am grateful that we get to journey together. Y'all know I love live engagement. And so tomorrow I'll show a few photos from Erica and David's wedding as we talk about returning home. All right. At the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. If ain't nobody told you recently, you are amazing. You are one of a kind. You are one of a kind. You are irreplaceable, right? I haven't said that in so long. I love you as well. Have a great day in purpose. Amen. We are irreplaceable, unrepeatable, remarkable miracle with our own special brand of brilliance. Bye-bye.